knowing that my performance is also like up and downs, although not so much downs, obviously,
Oh my God.
because I was looking right and left. I'm like, I have girls that is actually has very, very strong points, and I was like,
Apa sih benefit memenangkan Miss Mega Bintang Indonesia menjadi first runner up itu apa aja?
okay, for audience, viewers who have no idea what is my business, I'm an entrepreneur and I sell acai bowls. I wanted to show and inspire everyone, especially women, that you can be a queen, you can be a mother, you can be a student, and you can still do the thing that you love the most as well. You can still do a lot of other things that benefits you and your future.
Udah ada belum sih perwakilan Kepri di 2025? Halo semuanya, balik lagi di podcast Miss Mega Bintang Indonesia. Bersama saya Kevin Robin, hari ini sudah hadir Miss Elite Indonesia 2024, Tawana Sheldrake. Cinta mengkek kita semua.
Cinta mengkek.
Dan hari ini kita lagi di mana nih Tawana? Kita lagi ada di Gria Nugraha Cisi ya. Ini tempat di mana Queen Miss Mega Bintang Indonesia mendapatkan pahatan-pahatan supaya bodinya proporsional. Betul ya?
Of course.
Nah, hari ini kita akan bahas banyak banget. Aku tahu banget nih kalian udah nunggu-nunggu. Kak, ayo dong kapan podcast lagi? Karena Queen ini akan menuju ke internasional. Ya kan, mereka sudah melewati banyak hal, banyak persiapan dan hari ini kita akan bahas satu-satu. Tapi sebelum itu, kita kilas balik dulu. Tawana, waktu kamu mengikuti Miss Mega Bintang Indonesia gitu ya. Kan kita sempat podcast ya. Itu kan perjalanan kamu, masa kecil kamu udah kita bahas di sana. Yang mau nonton langsung nonton aja di situ ya. Nah, tapi hari ini aku mau bahas nih, waktu kamu mengikuti karantina, itu tuh kayak gimana sih? Dan di atas panggung kamu menjadi first runner up, tiba-tiba tuh last standing. Itu kayak gimana perjalanan kamu sampai di situ?
Wow. First of all, thank you for inviting me over for this podcast that I've also been waiting for. Dan untuk aku sendiri karena it's my first pageant, right? Especially it's my first year. And as a first timer, to get a first runner up, it's something very special for me. So, dan pas rehearsal juga, aku juga jadi ini sih, first runner up. Pas kita lagi rehearsal.
Jadi sebenarnya tuh udah ada beberapa kali rehearsal dan kamu tuh di posisi first runner up terus ya?
Iya, jadi kayak, but it's okay. And the winner was Tania, because it was her birthday at the time. And then, to have like that adrenaline in the competition kan, especially kalau misalnya pas di karantina, there's no such thing as time. Like time passes on super fast, and a lot of activities, and we are just fully, jadwal kita tuh full banget, dan jadinya kayak we don't have time to think like thinking of like maybe resting atau mau rebahan dulu, is no such thing. So it's something very new for me karena kalau aku kan orangnya suka rebahan, suka nyantai, suka ya itu nyantai aja, live my life to the fullest. And then when I join the pageant and then I get into the competition, it's like wow, is a flip, Jadi kayak aku langsung kayak wow, this is pageant and it's actually very exciting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kelihatan banget nih, udah beda tau gak sih podcast pertama kali sama kamu. Sama sekarang tuh udah yang lebih relax, udah lega, istilahnya gitu lah ya, udah lega ya. Nah, dari Jogja sampai ke Jakarta, belajar opening dance, photoshoot yang begitu banyak, semua vendor-vendor yang masuk kan kita juga ada produk-produknya kan. Sampai dengan akhirnya malam final kamu pegangan tangan sama Nova. Itu di situ kamu nyangka nggak sih sebenarnya kayak, hah, is it real gitu loh di panggung berputar?
Oh, nggak nyangka. Of course, it was out of my radar because karena I know that my performance tuh kan there is like up and downs as well. Karena kan memang nilai itu dari hari pertama when we were in Jogja opening apa sih yang
Yang
rame banget
kamu jadi
itu.
bombo
itu, bombo sayur, nenek-nenek jualan sayur itu, and sampai final day gitu kan, itu kan the whole kayak resultnya tuh di situ gitu, and knowing that my performance is also like up and downs, although not so much downs obviously, tapi ya itu very overwhelming for me karena aku tahu kayak okay, this is pageant has standard, kan, and I'm still a bit far from the standard, and on top of that I don't have experience. Jadi it's literally kayak just literally going for it, I'm just going for it, and then just be brave. I was super brave. I would say I am super brave.
Aku
just like jumping and then go with the flow, and then there am I, first runner up.
Aku lihat tuh waktu kamu lagi di top 6 itu kan dijajarin di depan ya. Terus kan pertama kali nama yang disebut Nova kan.
Iya.
Nova. Terus gak lama semua lagi heboh.
Terus
aku lihat kamu crack sih gitu kayak Nova.
Yes.
Kayak, oh my God.
Because I was looking right and left. I'm like, I have girls that is actually has very, very strong points. And I was like, am I going to be, is my journey is only going to be here top 10 or am I going to continue gitu kan? Because I look at my left, that's Madeleine. And then my right, Jessica, Jihan, and everyone. I was like, okay, just pray to God. So I was just keep praying, and then when they say my name, they shout my name, I'm like, no way, I passed. I got in the top 6, and I feel so relieved.
Dan waktu itu last standing kamu langsung kayak,
iya, terus tuh last standing kan, because I was like, okay lah, top 6, I'm already fine. I'm not thinking about tuh last standing even. And then tiba-tiba tuh last standing, oh my God, my gas is full in my tummy, and I was shocked gitu kan, kayak oh tuh last standing juga ternyata, lanjut juga kita ternyata, ya udah. And then obviously as a person who is very competitive, I would want to have the winner title of course, but going as far as the first runner up is also a blessing for me. It's something very special.
Seru banget, ini kita baru di awal-awal nih guys, baru di awal-awal banget. Nah berikutnya nih aku mau nanya, apa sih benefit memenangkan Miss Mega Bintang Indonesia menjadi first runner up itu apa aja?
Oh, thank you for asking this. Jadi after reigning as Miss Elite Indonesia from Dunia Mega Bintang, Yayasan Dunia Mega Bintang, the benefits itu dari catwalk classes and then public speaking classes from 2 academy.
Okay.
And not just 1, 2 academy.
Okay.
Yes, and then ada preparation dari media training, and then public speaking on how to, and then also branding, personal branding as well. Yeah, then also for me, continuing my weight loss journey of course, because it's not just doesn't stop until national kan. And then the first thing after reigning, we flew off to Bangkok.
I think that's one of the most exciting event that netizen tuh nunggu banget kayak, Tawana mau diapain lagi? Gak usah diapa-apain, udah cantik banget kayak semua tuh langsung berkicau gitu ya. Nah tapi seminggu lah ya langsung tuh terbang ke Bangkok, ke Thailand untuk langsung ada proses surgery. Itu ngapain aja? Boleh nggak sih di-spill di sini dan gimana prosesnya?
Okay, as a person, I wouldn't encourage or trying to, kayak mengokekan surgery or whatever. Of course, natural beauty and confidence is the best thing that you can always wear. But if you want to enhance a little bit, it's fine, karena kayak sometimes, we need a little bit of enhancement to our body, maybe our beauty, and maybe sometimes we need a surgical help. For aku juga karena aku udah on process of trying to lose weight, so I'm in a stagnant phase. Jadi aku karena lagi stagnannya, that's why I need a surgical help gitu kan. That's why I would like encourage everyone. Jadi kalau misalnya kalian trying to lose weight, especially when you are already in a stage of obesity, it's risking your life. And by doing this, it's actually saving your life from obesity. And that's why if you are struggling to lose weight and maybe you are in my shoes where your body progress is just stagnant, it's okay to actually do this procedures.
Kamu ngelakuin itu di Bangkok di rumah sakit apa ya namanya?
It's called Masterpiece Hospital, Bangkok.
Jadi kalau buat teman-teman di rumah nih yang penasaran juga, namanya adalah Masterpiece Hospital. Jadi itu kalau untuk kayak liposuction itu kan khusus ya, di tempat-tempat tertentu juga bisa ya. Misalkan area-area aku mau nih sebenarnya paha aku doang nih. Kadang-kadang cewek gitu ya, pinggulnya aja, padahal pinggangnya udah bagus. Lengannya doang nih, kayak itu bisa langsung di sana ya. Nah, proses sampai dengan penyembuhannya sendiri tuh gimana kalau untuk Tawana?
Okay, karena my urgency is in my thighs kan, because my upper body is fine. The doctor said that. It's just my urgency is my thighs. Jadi pas aku liposuction, which is sedot lemak itu di paha, the pain rate is actually the highest. Jadi tangan itu sama perut itu nggak sesakit sedot lemak paha.
Okay.
Why? It's because we use our legs as our foundation to walk, to get up, everything kan. So that's why kayak we use the thighs muscles a lot of times, and ketika muscle-nya itu is wounded, itu bakal 10 times more painful. But however, the recovery times will be from 4 months to 6 months.
Okay.
But the total will be 1 year. But it's not just kayak you do liposuction
instantly
and
langsung.
Instantly, no, it's not. This is something that is actually misleading. That people don't understand. Kayak udah sedot lemak terus langsung berubah gitu.
Yeah.
No, karena your body needs time to process everything. It goes through trauma from the surgery itself. It has lost a mass that it was there from the body. It just lost within 1 day, 1 second. So your body needs time to adjust.
Yeah.
So there will be swelling. There will be water retention, and you will have to endure this maybe at least 6 to 8 weeks, the first 6 to 8 weeks.
Jadi jangan salah tangkap nih ya, kalau setelah liposuction tuh langsung yang kayak langsung badannya langsung enggak gitu ya guys. Ada proses namanya penyembuhan dan itu memakan waktu juga. Nah setelah itu kan selesai nih ke Jakarta. Tadi aku dengar kamu bilang kamu belajar catwalk sama Do. Terus ada Manohara Beauty Camp sama juga Caldare. Dan dengar yang di Caldare juga kamu ada cerita nih katanya.
Iya, jadi to be a student of Caldare Camp itu kita juga disiapin for media training and untuk kayak ngelatih kebiasaan kita di depan kamera and audiences as well. Jadi aku pas itu di-invite as a speaker, me and Olive and one of the Mr. actually to be a speaker in Apnon Barat, Abangnya Jakarta Barat. And it was a program of, I think if I'm not mistaken, it was an English Day program where everybody
I think I saw that video.
Yeah, everybody has to speak English. No bahasa Indonesia is allowed. And it's all about public speaking. How do you tackle anxiety, or how do you tackle stage fright? And what are the structure or maybe the strategies that we can use whenever we are doing any speeches, or maybe we are to be a speaker. Yeah, so we were like just tackling all of that down.
Jadi benefit dari memenangkan salah satu pemenang Miss Mega Bintang Indonesia ini adalah kamu lebih bisa lagi menyuarakan apa yang ada di dalam diri kamu, visi misi kamu selama ini untuk menjadi seorang queen. Ternyata memang didukung sekali lewat tadi Caldare Camp, ada Manohara, adalah pelatihan-pelatihan yang banyak banget sampai dengan titik di mana kamu juga surgery ke Bangkok dan lain-lain. Jadi guys, prosesnya panjang banget dan memenangkan Miss Mega Bintang Indonesia itu benefitnya banyak banget. Selain kerjaan yang makin banyak tentunya ya datang. Nah, berikutnya pertanyaannya nih, setelah akhirnya kamu surgery, kamu training dan segala macam, aku tuh kepikiran, pertama kali kita podcast kalau teman-teman di rumah semua nyadar dan ingat, aku sempat nanya kesibukan seorang Tawana Sheldrick itu selama di Singapura. Dan Tawana nih bilang kalau dia tuh punya usaha. Gitu kan. Nah gimana setelah menang ini kesibukannya, semua training dilakukan di Jakarta, di Bangkok. Gimana usaha kamu di Singapura itu seperti apa sih?
Okay, for audience, viewers who have no idea what is my business, I'm an entrepreneur and I sell acai bowls. Acai bowl is a berry that is actually originated from Brazil, and and we made it as a sorbet, or we could call it ice cream, a healthy ice cream.
Oh,
Yeah.
acai.
Yes,
Acai yang suka di...
acai.
Oh, cara bacanya
Yes,
acai.
acai.
Kalau kita di rumah taunya acai ya. Acai,
Yeah.
acai berry lah taunya begitu. Oh, jadi yang ditaruh di smoothie, yang biasanya direndam air
Yes,
dulu. Kalau nggak
correct.
diminum pagi-pagi, dicampur sama something. Oh, kamu tuh kayak gitu
Yeah.
jualannya. Terus
Jadi-
itu gimana?
And I'm not the founder, but I'm a franchiser. So during the competition
Yeah.
and right now raining, my business has been nothing but great and semakin fruitful. So that's why I'm super happy. Yeah, and I'm actually thinking of opening a new outlet. Not anytime soon, but hopefully. and yeah, so it's been very great, and I wanted to show and inspire everyone, especially women, that you can be a queen, you can be a mother, you can be a student, and you can still do the thing that you love the most as well. You can still do a lot of other things that benefits you and your future. So it's to be a woman, you cannot only be just that one thing. You can be a lot of things, you know?
Preach. Tepuk tangan dulu semuanya. Ayo semuanya. Semua. Bagus. You can be anything. Nggak cuman ditentukan, oke, wanita itu cuma jadi ibu rumah tangga aja, belajar tinggi-tinggi nggak apa-apa, tapi ntar jadi... Nggak juga ya. Tetap bisa lakukan sesuatu yang kamu suka, yang menguntungkan diri kamu, dan juga yang pasti membuat diri kamu value-nya makin tinggi, makin naik lagi. Bener ya? Jadi buat teman-teman yang nggak tahu nih, ternyata ini businesswoman juga nih, seorang Tawana Sheldrick ya. Dan dengar-dengar kamu bakal balik ke Singapura lagi bentar lagi untuk ngurusin semua pekerjaan kamu lagi ya.
Iya, benar. Because if you have a business, it's very important for you to always kayak check your business, see how it goes. Whenever you're maybe overseas, itu karena bisnis itu seperti like your own child.
Yeah.
Jadi you have to like nurture it, take care of it, and then always check what's going on with it as well. Karena walaupun if your business is going great, doesn't mean you have to look away. And when your business is doing great, that is when you need to even look even closer. Yeah. Because
Nanti masukin quote-nya ya, Dandi ya, taruh di bawah ya, yang gede gitu.
it's a tip from an entrepreneur.
Nah, bisnis udah kita bahas. Jadi buat teman-teman yang di rumah yang makin penasaran, ternyata tuh sesibuk apa sih seorang Queen Tawana? Banyak banget. Nah, aku tahu pertanyaan-pertanyaan kalian kan udah banyak banget nih masuk di tempat aku nih ya. Nanti kita akan bahas, tapi ada satu pertanyaan lagi dari aku. Pageant pertama, jadi first runner up, dikirim ke internasional, itu seperti apa perasaannya saat ini? Dan buat teman-teman di rumah nih, pasti kan ada juga kan, I wanna be that queen, I wanna be that kind of queen yang kayak Tawana gitu. Pertama kali and success menurut aku gitu ya, langsung dikirim ke internasional dan jadi seorang yang besar gitu. Gimana sih buat mereka semua yang mau ikut Miss Mega Bintang Indonesia mungkin 2025?
Okay. I think for coming from a first timer, orang yang baru terjun di dunia pageant dan have no idea what pageant is about, especially in Indonesia, is that you need to have this one personality trait, which is you need to be strong. You have to be strong because in pageant, in pageant things runs very fast. Jadi apapun itu yang bisa naik, gampang juga turunnya. The wheel is riding really, really fast. So you need to make sure that you are ready for that change in your life. And then on top of that, the glam, the sparkles, it's really addicting. And just try always to remember who you are. Before you're joining the pageant, you have to know who you are first. Know yourself really well because you can be stirred away. You can be somebody else. And I've witnessed a lot of like girls during the competition even. I've witnessed some girls that actually struggling to find their own true self and then self-sabotage. So that is why it's very important for you to highlight that and then to always remember, okay, this is me. I am not going to change and maybe I struggle in this and that. Find ways to that struggle
Self discovernya harus jelas dulu ya.
Because you can be, when you enter pageant, you can be this person, but when you get out, you maybe could be worse or you can be better. It's like a gamble. So always have a very strong mentality. A strong mentality is actually the key. And you will meet a lot of people. You know, you will meet audiences, not just in front of the camera, but behind the camera as well.
Kalau kita jadi orang yang fake susah lah ya.
I mean, pageant kan, it's not about being fake. I think it's about being cooperative, respectful, and lebih ke coordination juga gitu. Like it's not about being fake. I think being fake it's a very strong statement and it's very negative. And pageant shouldn't be negative. To be a beauty queen, you have to, you know, promote positivity, have to be positive, you have to be an example.
Yeah.
So you have to start doing things that is far from negativity. And I read this quote and it sounded something like this, like, a ship wouldn't sink unless you let the water in. So it's the same goes for negativities. Maybe the people around you that has very bad impact. You only going to sink, your life is gonna tremble if you let these people in or you let this negativity in your life. So that's why always
kita harus punya strong mentality.
Have a principle, you know, punya prinsip yang kuat, so nggak bakal goyah. Because kan pohon semakin tinggi,
akarnya makin kuat.
But atasnya anginnya semakin kencang gitu.
Gitu guys, jadi buat teman-teman di rumah semua yang lagi pengen banget ikut nih beauty pageant, itu adalah saran dari Queen Tawana. Nah, pertanyaan berikutnya, udah ada belum sih perwakilan Kepri di 2025?
Ada nggak ya? Aduh, stay tune, bakal di-spill in the next episode.